The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome and thank you for joining us for tonight's session. We are going to talk a lot about educational businesses and how we can help them with their digital marketing. And why are we doing that? Here it is in July, and we have an incredible opportunity in front of us because many recreational facilities, educational facilities, and even municipalities are now looking to how to increase enrollment or improve communication or decrease spending as it comes into the beginning of their next season or school year season, which is going to launch here very quickly at the end of August into September. So it's on their mind. So it's a great opportunity for us as WebCenter owners to start identifying how we can help these types of businesses. So we're going to follow the 5 C's tonight, but I really want everyone to really think about how they can engage with these types of businesses. So we're going to focus again on educational types of businesses through the month of July and some other key categories to help you improve your conversations with the community out there in terms of those that might need some marketing assistance. So let's talk a little bit more about what types of businesses are we talking about. We're talking about not only schools in terms of education, but also studios as well. So think about trade schools, right? Contractors or building trades, drafting, landscape contracting, plumbing, HVAC, mechanical, auto repair, schools, trade schools in your area. Might be a community college or something like that. But then also under health and beauty, you've got massage therapy schools, cosmetology schools, schools for estheticians, personal training groups, nutrition, groups that are really focusing on maybe even online education and other allied health professionals. When it comes to institutions, we've got private schools, just municipalities, like we said before. Maybe they need to improve their communication with their town or city. Adult education, I think community colleges, there's a huge opportunity there with some of our digital marketing products. And then our recreational facilities. Let's think about preschools, daycares, and other studios. You get your pre-K learning nursery schools, dance studios, martial arts studios or dojos, gymnastics, religious schools, swimming programs. Think to yourself any type of educational atmosphere where there might be a business or a nonprofit that is in that service, right? So I want you to think right now, who do you know currently that attends one of these schools, or maybe they bring their children to one of these schools, or maybe you know someone that works at one of these schools. Maybe they're an educator, an instructor, maybe a driving school even, and really just start making your candidate list for those types of people, right? So we have to then always come back to our resources, our tools and resources. We've got incredible information in our marketing manual. So if you haven't downloaded that yet, that's going to be the most important thing that you can do is go to MAWC411.com, and under the launch tab, you can download our top 6 downloads, and one of them happens to be the marketing manual. It is also found under downloads under support on the MAWC 411 site as well. But in this marketing manual, it gives you some great product recommendations. Now, the idea is not to pitch or sell these products or programs or services to an institution. We still want to engage in a conversation, but you want to start using some assumptive thinking, and you want to start thinking to yourself and researching how you can help or assist these types of businesses or municipalities, like we had said. So, when it comes to a website, what makes a good website for an education type of business? Well, it certainly has to be responsive in nature, right? It's got to be, not a mobile website and a desktop site. It should be a responsive website. It should be updated consistently, daily, weekly, for semesters or different sessions. And there's got to be lots of lifestyle shots, things about student life, teams, classes, events, the community. What type of learning environment is it, right? It's going to be very important to showcase on a website. The top pages that you might find would be for students, for parents, for faculty even, maybe their schedule, class descriptions, what their enrollment is like, registration process, any activities, other sports, arts and crafts, a contact us page, and certainly a frequently asked questions would be useful on a website like this. And then, of course, accreditations and other achievements and awards, testimonials, reviews are important as well. In terms of the website interactivity, there should be places where the consumer can request an appointment, request information, online scheduling, purchase class cards, or maybe sign up for a newsletter, have some way to interact or engage with the website. And of course, e-commerce, maybe there's a product or retail section, maybe a school store, products for purchase, or even an online class registration. Whether it's a gymnastics school, a dance studio, martial arts, they can certainly do online registrations there as well. So those are some of the components on a great website for an education-based business. In terms of digital strategies, when it comes to social media, there's a challenge, because if they're working with the under 18 population, they've got to be very careful on social media and some of the policies and regulations that are out there, and certainly internet security and safety. And a lot of parents and guardians don't want their sons and daughters and loved ones to have their pictures published online on the website or social media. So it can be a challenge, but they certainly should be on social media. But there's got to be some best practices there. So they should have social links at the header and or footer. They should be on sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, videos or images of their specialty, any relevant hashtags. And they should repost students' testimonials. Let's say it's a community college or a beauty school or a trade school. It should have some feedback from students that have actually taken classes at their institution, right? So social media is very, very important. How about search engines? Well, where are people doing their research on their school systems? Where are they doing the research on their different recreational programs? Well, they're going online and they're going to go to a search engine. So these businesses should show up on search, right? So search engine, organic search engine optimization, very, very important. Facebook advertising, Google campaigns with different targets during registration versus events. So, if they're looking to beef up enrollment or increase enrollment, they're going to have different keywords that they're focusing on versus advertising Google ads for an event coming up or something like that, right? So it's important that you assist them in the proper keyword marketing. How about other informational YouTube videos that they might have out there? Email campaigns, special events, the APN program, great to publish relevantshop.com products from some of our merchants that can drop ship right to their clients, right? So we've got a lot of programs, could even be merchant services, even shop local, right? So there's lots of opportunity when it comes to education-based businesses. So what would be a good recommendation for an online strategy? Well, it should certainly be a responsive website, maybe basic monthly membership if they don't need e-commerce, they don't need that tech support or customer database. They don't want to do any of the email marketing. Social media might just be social media management if they don't manage it themselves, or they might need some assistance to have some engagement there. And of course, digital marketing, they should obviously focus on local search engine optimization, or maybe a regional campaign if it's a little larger of an opportunity. Basic AdWords and shop local, right? Better digital marketing strategy for these schools would be to have obviously a well-designed website, responsive design with monthly membership, social media management, maybe some premium Facebook ads, and of course the SEO program as well as a Google AdWords. But the best recommendations that we can provide would be a responsive website with a professional e-commerce design package, maybe managed monthly membership, make sure that they're having content consistently pushed out onto their website. And it's going to be important, especially for these businesses that need to have daily or weekly engagement or changes to their website, maybe some email campaigns. They're going to have some managed monthly membership there. And of course, social media management, Facebook ads, and online reputation management. Online reputation is critical for these schools, right? It's going to be a lot of parents as well as potential clients going online, doing some searches, watching reviews and testimonials. So it's very important that there's a good, positive online reputation for these types of businesses. And for digital marketing, maybe a regional SEO campaign, Premium Plus Google AdWords, give them more money in the budget for Google AdWords clicks. And of course, shop local. So those are some great recommendations. And beyond that, where else can we help them? We can help them with their spending. We can help them with their spending for office or school supplies, their snacks, their water, printed materials, dancewear, custom shirts, materials, promotional products as well. And you can identify a great partner store with increased cash back for these types of businesses. For commercial account, think of Snap, right? Snap could be the disinfectant. It could be other commercial cleaning products. Great way to offer a commercial account. Maybe in the AutoWorks division, you could have something for a trade school there as well. And we'll get into more detail here in a couple slides. But also in terms of other recommendations to help them save money could be reducing their credit card fees, maybe with an iTransact proposal, right, on a rate quote. How about more foot traffic to a location? Obviously, we've got Shop Local and affiliate marketing and drop shipping programs we have with our APN. So lots of tools and opportunities to help these businesses increase their revenue and decrease expenses. So again, we're going to follow the 5 C's like we should with everything, but we really want to focus this week on identifying leads, doing some candidate research, and maybe even doing some contacting of the candidates. So before you can contact anyone, we need to have a list. So I want you to think right now, who do you know that has a child in preschool? Who do you know that takes recreational classes at a facility or summer camps? Right now we're in summer camps, but maybe these are people that are going to be looking at their marketing for next year based on this year's results. But also these summer camps might have fall programs, or there might be schools in a normal school session. And who do you know going back to school for a certificate or a degree program? Maybe they're getting their license or a certification in a certain area of business. And who do you know that's looking for a career change? Maybe they're looking for something at a community college or going back to school. Those are great people to identify because they're going to have a hands-on experience with companies that they're researching right now in their process. And of course, we're focusing on this because it's way easier to focus on your warm markets. It's more fun, it's easier, you're more successful, it's faster, it's more duplicatable. But the most important thing is that it's easier to get in touch with people that you know rather than people that you don't know. If you're trying to cold call leads, it's going to be harder because you will have to compete for the attention of that business owner from all the other activities that they've got on their shoulders, as well as all the other salespeople. And sometimes it can be seen as a nuisance. So you want to really develop the relationship and identify some warm markets that you can work through. So once we have that leads list, that candidate list, we want to focus on identifying some things that we can research. One of them is the website. Right? Is it welcoming? Is it informative? Is it engaging? Is it consistent, right? Consistent with their other marketing. Maybe you've seen an ad in a local publication. Maybe you've seen something online. You've heard something on the radio. You've seen a t-shirt, maybe a banner around town. Is the website consistent with their other branding? Speaking of branding, is it well branded, right? Is the website branded for that business? Is it functional? Click around? Is it easy to navigate? And is it responsive? Check it on your desktop, check it on your tablet, and check it on your phone. You really want to see if there is a responsive nature to the website. And that's really going to be the greatest point of entry right now with most of your businesses, is that many businesses still are not mobile. Right? 27 million businesses here in the United States, at least. Almost half of them still don't have a website. And those that do, half of them don't have a mobile responsive site. So certainly makes for an easier conversation to have with these businesses. So websites that work provide what? Pricing information. They also display the quality of their teaching, their philosophy, great brand recognition, and activity calendar. Communication skills of the teachers, right? How do people learn? Is this an online program? Is it a hybrid program? Is it an in-class program? Is it a lab as well as curriculum? What is the style? Is there transportation, right? What's the location? How do you get to the facility? Is there a map? Are there driving directions? How can you locate the business? What do the facilities look like, right? A picture's worth 1,000 words and a video is worth 1,000,000. So on the website should be a lot of pictures of the facility. Could be students engaged in a class. It could also be a video tour of the facility, but it's very, very important because consumers are looking for that information on a website when they're doing their research. Also, hygiene standards, school policies, and the support staff. It's a great way to really introduce the public to your facility and your staff. Next, you want to do some searching. Where do they show up in search, right? So you can do a search. Daycares in Manchester, New Hampshire. Dance studios in Waltham, Massachusetts. Karate studios in San Diego, California. Whatever it is, the geography and the keywords that people would be searching for that client. So you're going to look at the results. Where do they show up? Are they showing up in Google Ads? Are they showing up in the Maps section? Are they showing up organically? And not only are they showing up and where do they rank, but also are their competitors showing up, right? Who else are their competitors showing up, taking place that maybe they should be in? Also, where are the reviews and what are the business listings? And you'll find that, right? You'll find things like best daycare in Manchester, New Hampshire. You'll find the best 10 child and daycare places on Yelp reviews, right? You'll find, the kitty corners. You'll find listings mixed in with the actual website. So it's a great place to go is to go right to Google and type in the keyword that you're looking for in the geography where you're searching. Are there positive listings and reviews, right? So check the listings. Many listings are incorrect. They have the incorrect phone number, maybe the wrong hours of operation, outdated website listing, maybe staff that no longer work there. And there's hundreds of these listing sites. So if you can check a few, you'll be able to identify if there's any differentiation between listings in terms of phone numbers or any misprints or things like that. Maybe there's multiple locations. Check the contact information. Any discrepancies? Are there reviews, right? So click on some of the reviews to see what the overall climate is. And again, this is just some research that you're doing on a handful of clients before you contact them, so you can use assumptive question asking when you're going to go to book a consultation appointment. Social media for institutions, right? Social media is all about visual engagement, and that's even more true for the college age demographic, and it's only going to increase as the years go on. So look at this. You might have an institution that's very active on Facebook or Twitter, but look at this. 55% of 18 to 29-year-olds are using Instagram. Maybe they're missing that population. And how about Snapchat? 60% of Snapchat's 200 million users are under 25, right? You look at someone who might be researching a college degree, a bachelor degree, maybe an associate's degree, maybe a certificate program. 60% of the users are under 25, and if they're not on Snapchat, they're missing the boat. Instagram is the digital version of a college brochure. A good Instagram presence will make your school more appealing to new students, right? So it's very important to share this information with business owners. How about this? Marketing a school online doesn't start and end with a website. It will also include school branding, the quality of the prospectus, and its social media presence. With increasing volumes of people using mobile and tablets to conduct searches, it is necessary for schools to move with the times and have a strategy for attracting their audience online. And this is actually someone that works for Google. Once we have this information, it's time to contact them. We're not trying to sell them a product or service. We're not trying to pitch or promote anything. In fact, we're not even trying to engage them in a conversation in this initial contact. We are trying to build and further the relationship to open the conversation to talk about their digital marketing. So how does this happen? It happens conversationally. It's social. Remember, the person asking questions is the one who controls the topic of conversation. So when you're around the water cooler, you're out at the ball field, you're at a barbecue, you're out on the lake, wherever you are, you're having conversations in a social environment. So it usually comes up, how's work or how's business? How are things going, right? And you can always enter it with, oh, is your website helping with that? Are you on social media? Oh, that's great. Are you using Instagram? Right? It's just a question, and it's a way to inspire business conversation and keep it a conversation. And guess what? If I'm asking questions about their business and website, then guess what we're talking about? Their business and their website. You get to control the conversation, the pace, the rhythm, the tempo, just because you're asking questions. Now, it doesn't have to be an interrogation. You're just trying to loosen them up to start talking conversationally about their business. How are things going? Oh, great. Did you have a good school year this year? What are you doing in the fall? Are you looking to increase enrollment? Great. What are you doing? These are all just simple questions that you can ask them to start having them talk about their business. And you're going to find that the responses fall into one of these categories when you start talking about a website. Oh, we don't have a website. Right? Oh, our website's actually not doing too well, or our website's being redesigned right now, or we need to redo our website. Oh, I'm working on it. Oh, our website's doing great. It's phenomenal. We just started working with the company and it's really doing well, right? They're going to answer one of those ways, and your job is not to defend or pitch or promote. It's just to have the conversation, right? If they don't have a website, great. Now you can help them. If their website's doing terrible, great. You can help them. They're working on it. Great. How long have they been working on it? You might be able to help them. Their website's already doing great. Great. It's good for them. Congratulations. Now you can ask some other questions, right? Why is it working so well? What do you like? What's changed, since your last website, right? Have them talk about their website and their business. You don't have to book a consultation that first conversation. You're opening up the conversation to continue the relationship to eventually, when you get to the point where there's been some dialogue, that you can book an appointment to talk more about their business for 10 or 15 minutes to see if there's a way that you can potentially help them out, right? So the website's doing great. Great. What do you like about it? Is there anything you wish your website would do that it's not doing? How are you promoting it? Are you doing any social media? How about advertising on Google? I've heard that Google ads are still working really well for a lot of companies. Are you currently doing any advertising with Google? Right? How about the website's doing terrible? What's wrong with it? What's it not doing that you wish it were doing? Right? Have them talk about their pain or their problem so that you can understand clearly what it is that they need or that they're looking for that they're not getting with their current provider. If they don't have a website, again, just keep asking questions. Have you had one in the past? Have you ever thought about having one? What kept you from getting one? How do you promote your business? Do you use any social media? And again, you're not going to interrogate them and go through all of these questions. You're going to ask maybe one or two and have them expand on it, clarify that, right? And the idea is just to have the conversation so that you can say, hey, great, you know what? We should catch up next week for a cup of coffee. I'd like to talk to you more about that, right? I don't want to take time right now while our kids are playing at the lake to talk about business, but we should really get together and chat some more about it. Or we should continue the conversation. Right now, I'm watching the softball game or whatever it is. The idea is to keep it conversational, to keep it social, but to open up another time where you can continue the business conversation, right? Oh, I'm working on it. Great. Keep asking questions. Great. Who's doing your site? Or have you been working on it a while? Did you consider any other options? Well, if you don't have a website right now, how are you currently marketing your website, right? And you'll find that many in this industry already have a website, right? They already have a website. They understand the value of the website, and that's great for you. But it might be time to upgrade. It might be time to redesign. It might be a time to start talking about responsive websites and mobile marketing, or it could be just other digital marketing to help them drive traffic to their website, right? So the key is to listen and learn ways that you can help them, right? And you may think they're a website candidate, but after the conversation, you realize that they're more of a social media management candidate, right? So the idea is that you don't want to go into it one-sided thinking what's best for you. You really want to go in and ask them questions to determine what might be a better line of questioning for them. Maybe the website isn't it. However, maybe it's a redesign, or maybe it's email marketing, and that might back them into our platform, right? It might be that they're just looking to save money. We don't know, but we don't know that until we engage in the conversation, right? So what we're going to do next week is talk more about how to contact education-based businesses. We're going to talk about, phrases to use, keywords to be looking for, hot buttons, right? And how to bring that up to book a consultation. And from the consultation, what questions and what information you want to uncover so that you can close them into a website demo or a digital marketing product demo seamlessly, And again, it's not for your best interest, it's for their best interest when you ask the right questions. So again, it's not always about having the answers, it's just about knowing the right questions to ask and in what order to ask the questions so that you can open up a dialogue and a conversation. And that's really what it means to be a consultant, right? You're a consultant. You're a digital marketing consultant. You're a B2B solutions consultant. You're not a website sales rep. You're not someone who sells websites. You're not someone who sells digital marketing products. You're a consultant to learn about your audience, your community, and find ways that you can help them by providing a solution. And again, we do that with a proposal, and we propose a solution to fill their needs, and then we continue that conversation and continue to expand upon that relationship by being a good customer manager. And we'll talk about that over the next couple of weeks. But really, right now, this week, you want to be focused back on the candidate list. Who do you know? Again, in an education-based business. Again, it might be a recreation business, but it's still education in nature. It's a service of education, right? You might find now is a great time that you might know someone who is a teacher, right? You find someone that's a teacher, or you get introduced to someone that's a teacher. Or if you don't know any teachers, ask one of your colleagues or your friends, hey, who do you know that's a teacher? And they'll tell you, oh, where do they teach, right? My business is actually right now focused on helping education-based businesses. So I'm trying to identify people that are instructors, coaches, or teachers to find ways that I might be able to have a conversation, right? Would you do me a favor and introduce me to that person? And again, at that point, you're trying to just warm up the referral. And we'll talk a little bit more about that next week. We'll talk about contacting these businesses. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the line for some questions.